topic I chose for this final assessment is thermodynamics. Thermodynamics is a very important and useful concept to understand that we learned in Honors Chem. We use the concepts of thermodynamics all the time in this modern era. Most of the time we use it without even knowing. This year we learned a lot about how work and heat go together and how heat affects its surroundings and its system. The system is, as simple as it can get, the item of interest, while the surroundings is anything that is not the system. Humans have used this knowledge of thermodynamics for important technological advances. People today enjoy traveling in cars, but little do they know that this is a result of thermodynamics. Thermodynamics is typically seen in combustion engines or hot rods. The nickname hot rod comes from when the connected rod in a combustion engine, as I will show you later, would overheat due to the extreme kinetic energy there, and it would give the name hot rod. So my real world example that I'm giving to you is referring to cars, engines, and especially older combustion engines. So for my first item that I'd like to talk about and how combustion engines and thermodynamics go together. The first part is, in a combustion engine, the car converts its potential chemical energy of gasoline and oxygen, which travel into the engine and mix together to create a mixture, which is the potential energy, to then be transferred into kinetic energy later, seen as in number 4. But, not to get ahead of myself, the reason why the kinetic energy happens here is because of the force that is produced on the piston that creates extreme pressure, allowing force to happen and energy going to the rest of the car. The next part, seen in part 2, is when the mixtures are finally mixed together, the chemical reaction, along with the piston moving up to compress, forces the mixture to want to expand as a result of the reaction where temperature is increased along with pressure because the gases have want to expand. In number 3, after the piston is completely done compressing, ignition happens. This is where the explosion happens. So, boom, 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 where that big sound the car goes. And this is when the force where kinetic energy starts to come in. Kinetic energy happens, though, in stage 4, when the gas or the mixture is being used up, pushing the piston down, allowing the connected rod to go to the crankshaft, allowing kinetic energy to happen and energy to spread to the rest of the car. Once that is done, the last remaining, or the spent mixture that's left, is then pushed up by the piston right down here, forcing it to leave through the exhaust vent or the exhaust port to exit the car. And that's what I'd like to talk to you about and how thermodynamics in old cars are awesome.